Welcome back to Kansas Speedway. Ron Hornaday still in front of the field. Right behind him, though, Terry Cook trying to gain a little momentum and gain that lead.
Well, we got 21 days till the All-Star race.
Just 21 days until the All-Star race. And
man, I'm cannot wait for that.
We won't see Tyrannosaurus Rex again. Battle for 7. Colin Brown on the inside, Matt Crafton on the outside. And momentum carrying Crafton by. Let's see if he can keep that position as they go through 1 and 2.
You see Matt Crafton up the racetrack a little bit, giving Colin a little bit of room. This is really early in the race. We've only run 32 laps. No sense fighting for positions right now when we know we have to run at least 84 laps to get to halfway.
Colin Brown still with the preferred line down on the bottom. Just outside of him. Matt Crafton still trying to take that position. Adam.
And Matt has been talking on the radio about the handling of his truck. Hasn't been real specific, and they've been trying to move him around on the racetrack to help him. It worked for a while when he rallied up to 6th. Unfortunately, he lost that position to Brian Scott, and as you can see now, the Conway Ford on the inside. That Colin Brown, as you guys said, trying to take it away, Ray.
How about Terry Cook? He has been slicing and dicing through that field, moved his way up to 2nd, and Cook came on the radio and told his crew chief Danny Rollins that he felt like the truck was really tight when he was in heavy traffic. And Danny said there's an easy solution to fix that. Become the leader and you don't have to worry about traffic.
That's one way to do it.
I'll bet. Well, I don't know if we want to hear the response, but I'm guessing the response had to go something like, let me drive.
It's no surprise to see Terry Cook and that AutismSpeaks.org Toyota running the way that he is. They've been running extremely well last year. Really, from the time he jumped back in this truck late in the 2008 season, they have run extremely well. This is the same truck that they ran at Homestead and had a very, very good truck there. Didn't quite get the finish that they felt like they deserved there, but they had an excellent truck, and they've had a good truck all year. Right now, currently 6th in the points.
And Kansas a good racetrack for Terry. He's won at this facility. Only one of 3 drivers that are in the field that have been to victory lane here.
I talked to Terry this morning. He said he really struggled in the first practice, and he and Danny got their heads together, Danny Rollins, his crew chief, and made some changes and really improved that truck for the second practice, and obviously it's worked.
Just in front of Terry Cook, the 4 of Ricky Carmichael, who has had his hands full all day, getting sideways for our first caution on lap 3. You see Matt Crafton trying to get around Taylor Malsom in that 81.
I think Taylor Malsom has done a nice job this year. Very, very young driver. Taylor's only 20 years old. He's had 3 top 15 finishes in the 4 races we've had thus far. The only blemish on that was at California when he had a 24th place finish, including that best finish of 10th right there at our season opening Daytona race.
There we see Brian Scott fastest in both practices yesterday. Oh, we got smoke rolling out of one of the trucks. The 48 slows. That's Brandon Knupp. Slows on the racetrack. That brings our 3rd caution of the day out. Rockingham Speedway, the sponsor on the side of that, Andy Hillenberg.
Just there last week for that big ARCA race, won by Sean Case. Kenny Schrader, one of our broadcast partners, occasionally dominated that race and ran out of fuel with 2 laps to go.
So close. Well, speaking of fuel, now that we've gone 38 laps, I'm sure we'll see probably all of the competitors on pit road, since we knew that the pit window was going to be anywhere from 52 to 57 laps. So I would think that we would see everyone coming down pit road. Here is our Aaron's Lucky Dog recipient. Ricky Carmichael in the 4 will get a lap back.
Ricky has been really lucky this race. He spun out twice, and he's going to be back on the lead lap here just as soon as NASCAR will send him around the pace truck.
Take a look at why we're under this caution. There is the smoke as the engine expired for Brandon Knupp in that 48 truck.
Yeah, Brandon did a nice job getting that truck down to the apron as soon as he could to keep him oiling down the racetrack.
And that was after he came out of turn number 4 and just before the entrance to pit road. So Ron Hornaday continuing to lead at Kansas Speedway. Terry Cook runs 2nd. The gap now closed up.
4 tires and fuel.
Those 2 trucks.
4 tires only.
We just heard Rick Wren, and old habits are hard to break. Say 4 tires and fuel, but you can't do that this year in the Camping World Truck Series. The rule is fuel or tires on each stop, but you can't do both.
Yeah, I think they want to put the tires on now. That's going to take longer than putting the fuel in. So if they're going to go with 4 tires, they want to do that this pit stop, and then they won't spend as much time on pit road the next time they come in.
And again, it's a quickie yellow, so as soon as pit road is open, the field will make their way down, and here they come. Adam Alexander.
Brian Scott started 7th today. He is 5th. He said on a scale of 1 to 10, I am a 2 to 3 in the tight. They will put 4 tires on this pit stop. Then they will come back around, fuel it, and make adjustments. It puts them in their window to go halfway, and crew chief Jeff Hensley said this will be a halfway race, Ray.
At the bottom of your screen, you see Terry Cook. He was tight center off. They're going to make an adjustment on the air pressure in the left rear. They're going to do tires on the first pit stop here, but they also want to come back and get fuel. So this should be one of our classic double dips. You see in the middle, Brian Scott pulling away. Hornaday has the first pit stall, and he will be first off of pit road.
Good job, guys. All right.
Good race off of
gas,
pit road for Ron Hornaday. It looks like Terry Cook also holds his position running off of pit road. We're sure they're coming back around, and we'll be back for that when we come back to Kansas.
We're going to have to switch.